HarperCollins presents Goodnight, Sweetheart by Pam Weaver, read by Jaimi Barbakoff. This book is dedicated to the GI father I never knew. Chapter 1. Broadwater, Sussex, 1933. 10-year-old Frankie Sherwood pulled her skirts over her bare legs and tucked her feet under her body. She was an attractive child with clear blue eyes and blonde hair. Although small for her age, what she lacked in height she made up for in personality. A bright and determined girl, she always did her best. Pressing herself into the tree trunk, she felt the long grass swish back and surround her. But was she hidden enough? Her heart was racing. This was so exciting. As she looked back the way she'd come, Frankie saw her friend Jenny Ruddock standing to attention behind a tree. She would be easy to find. Doreen Toms had jumped into a ditch, so she was well hidden. Further down, in the more open space, Frankie's mother was still counting. 9, 10, 11. The long bramble branch Frankie had lifted in order to tuck herself right into the hollow of the tree flopped back down. That was a bit of luck. Now she was completely enclosed behind the green leaves and its blackberries, but all the same she breathed in to make herself even smaller. Frankie grinned to herself. What a wonderful birthday she was having. For a start, it was a beautiful day. The late summer sun was warm. A bee flew by making a soft humming noise. Somewhere in the open space a bird sang, and in the far distance, a dog, probably out for a walk with its owner, barked happily. Frankie loved it up here on Hillbarn, with its wide open spaces surrounded by trees and bushes. Mummy had told her that long ago the Worthing Rotary Club had given the land to the corporation for the local football club, who had created 5 football pitches. The rest of the land was for the locals, but she and Mummy might not be able to walk around much longer because there was talk of creating a golf course. Thank goodness it hadn't happened yet. The other reason why she was happy was because Mrs. Ruddock had helped Mummy to carry some picnic food in a big bag along with a grey blanket. Frankie liked Mrs. Ruddock. She was about the same age as Mummy, but she didn't go out to work. Mrs. Ruddock did a lot of swimming in the sea. The family had a beach chalet near Splash Point in Worthing, and in the summer she asked Frankie if she would like to come so that Jenny had someone to play with. That was fun, and it didn't even matter if it rained. Mrs. Toms, on the other hand, didn't join in anything much, but Mummy said not to say anything, probably because Mrs. Toms didn't have a lot of money. Frankie felt sorry about that, but Mrs. Toms wasn't a very nice lady. When they were carrying the things for the picnic, Mrs. Toms said she was nobody's skivvy and would only carry the flasks and the lemonade. They'd set down the blanket and enjoyed fish paste sandwiches and egg and salad cream sandwiches together. Then, while the 3 girls ran around, the mums spent a pleasant hour relaxing in the sunshine. When Frankie and her friends grew bored, they'd left the other mums on the blanket having a chinwag, while Frankie's mum joined them in a game of hide-and-seek. 19, 20, 21. Frankie couldn't resist moving the bramble branch over a bit. Now she could see her mother. She stood with her back to them, her head up and her hands covering her eyes. 26, 27. Frankie felt a surge of love and pride. An attractive 34-year-old, Moira Sherwood worked hard to keep a roof over their heads. As a dressmaker, she was hugely popular, and as a result, she was busy, busy, busy. Sometimes it felt as though people were coming to the house for fittings all day long, and why not? Moira could turn her hand to anything. Wedding dresses, dresses for bridesmaids, even school uniforms. There was always a half-finished garment, either on the dressmaker's dummy or hanging from the picture rail. Sometimes she altered men's clothing as well. A trouser leg which was too long, or a jacket sleeve which needed to be invisibly mended. She didn't always charge them for it. If they were down on their luck, or something, she'd say, "Pay me when you can." Mummy never minded helping people out. Although Doreen said her mum said it wasn't seemly. Frankie had no idea what that meant, but it didn't sound very nice to say it. Mummy often worked long into the night to get an order ready, and when that happened she didn't have time to play games, or to tell Frankie one of the lovely stories about her colourful life. But today was different. When they'd got up that morning, Mummy said whatever needed to be done could jolly well wait. Today was September the 3rd, Frankie's 10th birthday. Did...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?